Thank you so much, Elizabeth, and shout out to Shandy, and congratulations to Furia.
Amazing.
That was amazing. I kind of wish we had like a live studio audience here in the studio to clap, because
the banger.
It definitely was, what we just witnessed was a certified hood banger.
There we go.
Yes.
Look at the party.
Is crazy though. I mean, how many of us in the prediction thing predicted them? Like 3.
I think 3.
I mean, it is crazy. The streak is over.
The streak
5-1.
Yeah.
The streak has
The
ended.
streak is indeed over. And Elizabeth asked the question to Shandy, do they think they're the best Brazilian team after this? They still have one more. They have another team that they're going up against, and that's iBUYPOWER. And I mean, I feel like they beat Loud.
True. I mean, I feel like definitely seeing how they perform against iBUYPOWER will be really, really impressive. But yeah, to answer your question, Wyatt, Baby Bay and Elizabeth, I'm pretty sure Liz is like 100% on predictions right now.
Well,
she's smoking all of us. Oh.
So,
sorry, I was just still in copium.
Close enough.
Still in copium from when we predicted EG.
Yeah. But we gotta walk things back a little bit. Like how did they do this? Like I'm still in awe of everything that we witnessed. And again, congratulations to Furia. But let's walk things back. And talk about that last third map, Athena. There were some amazing things that took place.
It was insane. I mean, Furia just looked so cool, calm, and collected. And honestly, I'm gonna be real here. I think one of the biggest issues that Loud had was their comp. I mean, Wyatt, we talked a lot about this behind the scenes. It just felt like they were not able to pull out whatever they needed on that attack site to get into sites, to be able to hold their post plans properly. And it just felt like it wasn't flushed out to what I kind of expected it to be.
Yeah, 100% agree. And on the opposite side for Furia, they did change the comp a bit coming into this game off their loss against Evil Geniuses. They brought that Sage in, but yeah, massive. There's 2 things I really want to give credit to for Furia, maybe even 3, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 at this point.
Oh, okay.
But the main thing is, first of all, the resilience to come back after beefing hard on Haven, which they should have won. Fantastic. Icebox was a great home map for them. And for Havoc to have such a standout performance across this whole series is huge for him, because I remember all the way back to kickoff in his first game, you could legitimately see in his aim his hand shaking, his mouse shaking. Like he was so nervous at the beginning, and they stuck with him despite that into stage 2, and he's really starting to flourish. And it's really a joy to watch a player like that come into his own.
I think it's really hard, too, when you're playing with a player like MW Zera, like, to kind of have standout games alongside one of the goated duelists, as you said earlier, especially in that region within Brazil. And I feel like right now they have found solid footing. Again, this kind of goes into not necessarily just this stage, but how they're going to play out the rest of the year, how they're going to play out with a new roster. Are they going to make any changes? Are they going to keep this one? And so far, it's looking like they should really keep this one. It looks really good to me.
100%. So I want to kind of walk things back, speaking about Furia, and get y'all's perspective on this. So of course, we saw them win against 100 Thieves, which was I feel like collectively we thought that was a bit of an upset. Then EG kind of like, I guess you could say, humbled them a little bit. But what do you think it was, Athena, that they learned from that EG match, and that they kind of like changed their trajectory in what we just saw?
I feel like they definitely took that they need to play with the confidence that they had in that 100 Thieves game and to kind of bring it forward, because they made like small, tiny mistakes. It did not feel like they lost as a team because of XYZ or their comps weren't good or whatever. It was literally just the fact that they were so confident in their gameplay. They did not let 100 Thieves make them falter. They found their weaknesses and abused it. And I feel like as a team, they just played super, super well.
Yeah, I also feel, even on Haven, where they lost, I said it then, and still, on Bind, on these attack sides, I'm really impressed with them picking their moments more intelligently of when to up the aggression. Because even in that 100 Thieves game, though they won, the biggest flaw they had was that they never hit the brakes, ever. It was just all go on attack. And a lot of times they'd be overextending dropping players needlessly, and they really reeled that back in this series. That wasn't an issue for them. So if that continues to be fixed going forward, I think that's also, gives credence to believe that they can rack up a couple more wins.
Absolutely, yeah. And they have MIBR coming up next, and then Leviathan, which, I'm curious to see how that last one pans out for Furia.
I mean, yeah, I think even looking at the standings, like, it's going to be super, super interesting, super tight game between what's going on. I mean, the only team that has any confirmed information is Lev, knowing that they've clinched playoffs. They are here 7-1. Everyone else is still a huge question mark.
I mean, this middle of the pack is crazy. Sen, they're on the cusp of qualifying, and with the form they're in, you have to believe they're going to do it. I mean, I'm so convinced they'll be making it through. But then past that, Crew, G2C9, all with 5 wins. EG are 4-4. They look great this stage. Any of those teams feel like they can make it. And then 100 Thieves are just outside of that, which is crazy. Like, do we think they're going to bounce back at some point? Or are they just going to slip down the standings further and not make it? I mean, there's a lot up in the air. It's pretty wild right now.
There was actually, I remember Potter mentioned in one of the interviews that the kind of skill level right now within Americas is so close and so tight. And I feel like that's exactly what we're seeing. Like, these standings are insane. Like, every team is just so close together.
Absolutely. Well, I got to say, I'm honestly happy that we got a certified hood banger. I'm so excited that we got it. Well, we'll be back tomorrow for the final day of Super Week. We're closing out the week with 2 matches, 100 Thieves versus MIBR, and then it's Crew Visa. We're going to be taking on NRG.
That was kind of weird, Akeem. I thought you said Super Week.
I did, actually. Wyatt, good call. I could have sworn I said Super Week. Yes, we'll be back tomorrow with more of Super Week. And we'll see you then. Take care, guys. Let's get day 4 of Super Week started. It's Leviathan versus Evil Geniuses. Now you have the #1 team in Americas facing off against a red-hot Evil Geniuses. Now, if Lev gets a win, well, they clinch playoffs.
Actually give them some position to plant, but oh my word, Tex.
Back in, now an ult committed. Gachimo up top, just dunking on his former teammate. There it is, get another.
First bite goes his way. Denjaw through the wall, gets the ace. The Leviathan knew exactly what is up.
It's a reposition for Mazzino, and it is perfection. A dominant start to this series.
Leviathan are just overwhelming Evil Geniuses.
And EGR doubled up. One spotted, stun is good, slide in for Ospas. Apop swings, shuts him down, and Apop has won this round.
Neon's about to walk into each other, but there's a fault line ready to go from Nature, popping on through his jaw. Apop there as well.
Tex will be the man of the hour. One player on the site. Calm has a trade angle, and Nature, that was an opportunity with shots from Calm, could lose this round, but Mazzino, Leviathan, welcome to playoffs.
This was an elite Leviathan performance.
It's about that time. Y'all ready for this? It's a battle of Brazil.
Furia versus Loud, 25-0 for Loud, and they're going to be going up against Brazilian Brethren once more. Waiting game to see who's the first to move. Furia fall in a massive way, but not. We're getting 2 back with ult online, tagging him right up, filling him behind the space, jumps out to more utility. Oh, they spotted it somehow. It's all on to Sonic as he gets 3. Look at this crunch setup. The paranoia in from a short, the dash in from mid with Dizzy over the top.
Absolutely obliterating the opposition.
God against all 4. Just ridiculous. 13-11. It seemed like they were done. It seemed like they were down. Just comes up 2 rounds too short. MW has slipped the net.
Look at Pancana though.
2, 3. He spotted them all. Looking for any target he can find. A little bit of damage has been dealt. The swing up from Tui's. Is this another mess? He's gotten it to half, and Tui's gets 4.
MW to reposition behind the sage wall, and he's gonna get one. A second.
The very first map that Fury have taken off of Loud ever. They've got a crunch. They thought they're gonna have to win this off of fights, though. That's huge. Fury refused to go down without a fight. But Tui's with 4. Now they've swung out, and Tui's gets 3 again. But Khalil saves the day. Now finally going down. Pentata cannot stand. Look at Khalil in the smoke. All of Loud crumble. It's the Dia de Furia, undefeated no longer. They cut down Loud.